know a kangaroo. K-O-K-E in the zoo. Monkey making mayhem, boo-boo, bad but best friends. Bingo, bango, bongo, friends. This monkey business coming at you. So rock 'em, sock 'em, knock 'em, kangaroo forever. So Kanga, Happy, Joey, and Katie, K.O. cuckoo crazy, cuckoo kangaroo.
The kangaroo, the kangaroo, said the baby, get to the top. The kangaroo hop, you're in luck as you can jump or duck. Just hop, 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 to the top, top, top. Punch out a monkey, eat a piece of fruit. Atari kangaroo, everybody salute.
Kangaroo, the hot new arcade game from Atari.
How's it going, everybody? It's time for another great Mr. Poestyle video, and this is the show's weekly challenge. It's an arcade challenge that was picked this week by Off Grid Arcade. And so what we do is we play, and then we put our scores in picture or video form on the show's Discord under Arcade Tourneys this week. And the game that he picked was Kangaroo. A classic, great game I played a lot of on the 2600. Not the arcade, but the 2600. Yeah, growing up, my brother had the game, and I still have his cartridge for that game. Don't tell him you might want it now. But Kangaroo, this was a game that came out in 1982 in the arcades from Atari. Now, what happened with Atari as they were seeing these other games like Donkey Kong and like Crazy Climber coming out and being really popular in the arcades, these new platformer type of games. And they were like, oh my goodness, what do we do? What do we do? We need to get a platformer. So they went in-house to see what games were being developed for the coin ops division for the arcades from Atari. And there were no platformers. There were no platformers at all, so they decided to go outside and find somebody else that was developing the game and license it from them. And they found that in Sun Electronics in Japan. They were making the Kangaroo game. So Atari, they published and distributed the game after Sun Electronics made the game. And that's the game we got in 1982. And so pretty cool. And actually, right now, right here, stop this, I did find a really cool promotional video that Atari made to send out to arcade owners and whatnot, whatever they did back in the day. They made this video and say, hey, buy this game for your arcade. You won't be sorry.
There's a brand new video game that's really turning heads. Atari's Kangaroo. More family fun than a barrel of monkeys. Kangaroo is a great character game that appeals to people of all ages. The basic gameplay can be easily learned by children who are delighted by the appealing characters, the calliope sound effects, and the theme of the game. For players who want a real challenge, Kangaroo provides strategy options that will test the skill of the most sophisticated player. Kangaroo is a search and rescue game. The player controls a kangaroo, whose mission is to save her kidnapped baby from the mischievous monkeys. The baby is in a cage, and the player must maneuver the kangaroo through a series of obstacles to reach it. By using 6 positions on the game joystick, the player controls the kangaroo. In each round, the player must avoid the many monkeys that try to knock out the kangaroo by punching her or pelting her with apples. Apples that are dropped on the kangaroo must also be avoided. When the player moves the joystick to the right or left, the kangaroo hops right or left across the playfield. The player can make the kangaroo jump to avoid low-flying apples or to climb up ladders by pushing the joystick straight up. But the player must be careful. Some of the monkey's pitches are too high to jump over, and the player must pull the joystick down so that the kangaroo will duck. By moving the joystick up diagonally to the right or diagonally to the left, the player can super leap, a move that causes the kangaroo to leap in either direction to the platform above her on the playfield. The player also controls a punch button that takes the kangaroo's boxing gloves to punch the monkey and the apples. Even then, there's danger in store for the kangaroo. If the player takes too long to complete the round, sometimes a giant gorilla appears, and he can steal the kangaroo's boxing gloves, leaving her defenseless for several seconds. Then, the player's skill with the joystick is the kangaroo's only defense. Pushing the punch button will only cause the kangaroo to wave a white flag. There are 4 ways for the player to score points. By using the punch button, the player can knock out monkeys, scoring 200 to 400 points. Or the apples, scoring 100 to 200 points. Points are also scored by collecting different kinds of fruit that hang from the tree branches and are scattered on the playfield. These are worth from 100 to 800 points. If the player rings a bell, additional fruit appears and new fruits are higher in point value. Bonus points are automatically awarded at the beginning of each round. 2,000 bonus points appear at the top of the screen, decreasing by 100 points for every 5 seconds of gameplay. The final bonus score depends on how fast the player completes the round. There are 4 rounds in every level, with different obstacles to overcome in each round. If the baby is rescued, the round ends and the player goes on to the next round. The player's kangaroo is knocked out. The round ends and is repeated until the player runs out of lives or rescues the baby. In the first round, the player must guide the kangaroo up a series of ladders that connect different levels on the playfield. A series of platforms of varying heights must be jumped in the second round. Here's where super leap is essential, so the kangaroo can move from one level to the next. But the player must be careful not to leap too soon, or the kangaroo will miss the platform and fall. In the third round, a column of nasty monkeys must be knocked out before the kangaroo can leap to the highest level and reach the baby. And the player must watch out for the sneaky monkeys climbing a vine to reach a stack of apples. If a monkey gets to the top, he will drop the whole load on the kangaroo. Rescuing baby is more difficult in round 4. There are ladders with missing rungs, gaps in the branches, and platforms to hop. As the game progresses, difficulty increases with more monkeys and more fruit moving faster and with greater accuracy. The game ends when all of the kangaroo lives have been played. Kangaroo can be played alone or against another player. And if a player has one of the top 10 scores, the information can be easily added to the high score table. A player enters his initials by using the joystick to guide a highlighted square to his initials. By pressing the punch button, the initials are added to the high score table. A lighted front panel and vivid 4-color graphics on the side panels of the standard upright cabinet will attract players to Kangaroo. The smaller European cabinet, which also features a 19-inch color raster monitor, has wood-grain sides and optional panel decals. In the self-test mode, the owner-operator can easily select Kangaroo's game options by adjusting the dip switches. Kangaroo can be set for easy or hard difficulty factors and 3 or 5 Kangaroo lives. The number of bonus lives and the number of points required for each credit can be selected by the operator as well. Other gamers can also be during the self-test mode. Kangaroo's representative status can be monitored. The owner-operator can check the one or player option on the select button. And the functioning of the joystick contacts can be tested. Made of steel and molded plastic, the 6-position control is durable and simple to service, with few moving parts. The game's front panel folds down for easy cleaning of the joystick's contacts. Atari knows that operators appreciate the security features on Atari video games, like the separate locked cash box. Kangaroo also has a new component door credit switch that allows employees the option of entering game credits when necessary. But these credits are recorded on the coin counter for security purposes. When you want a pouch full of profit, don't monkey around. Stick with the leader, Atari, and leap at the chance to have a Kangaroo in your corner.
So there you go. I think those kind of videos are pretty cool. Ran a little long, but it was pretty popular game. I can't remember the exact amount of cabinets that they sold in the U.S., but it was popular enough that I don't think you got a breakfast cereal out of it, but it did end up on Saturday Supercade. So probably 2 seasons in, 3 seasons in, they ended up taking the cartoons Frogger out of there and Pitfall, and I think Donkey Kong Jr. Those ones were dropped, but Kangaroo was a cartoon. I'm not sure when I'm going to put that video clip in. Maybe I already put it in. I don't know. Pretty neat, though. Pretty neat. And I just remember playing the heck out of the game on the 2600 all the time, and my brothers did, and my sister. And it was one of those that gave you the earworm with the beginning music. And my dad would always do that too, just hearing us play it. He didn't play the game, but just hearing it. Like I said, earworm, it was just stuck in your head all of the time. But, alright, well, right now let's go to the challenge here, and let's see how I do. Again, the arcade version isn't my thing, but let's give it a shot. Alrighty, Kangaroo-y. Played this a lot growing up on the 2600. I have it for my 5200. I played it a few times, arcade version. Was never any good. That'll be me right there. Already missed a strawberry. No! Climb, you son of a beach. Cheater! Back here. Ass punch. Oh. Murderized. punched your baby monkey. Get out of here. Get out of here. Climb. No, none of that jumping. Oof. Come on. Drop it, Munkle. Get out of here. Big bad purple pink bee hutch. Nah, that was a cheat. That was a cheat. Straight up now, tell me. Whoa! They're getting nuts now. Holy mackerel! Oh, I didn't see that. The sprite flicker disappeared. Po, Dr. Popey. I'll take a picture of that. That's probably gonna be good for now, and that's not too bad. That's second place for a game that I never play. I'm gonna put it on here, but I must not have ever played it on here. I didn't retain a high score if I did, so. Well, I do have one more credit, but I've been recording for 6 minutes. Who cares? Let's go. Do I get greedy with the fruits, or do I save the baby fella this time? I was trying to save him there at the end, but I wasn't quick enough. Uh-oh. Get away from me. Oh, you're at the wrong side there. My dog has fleas. My dog has fleas. Ringy dingy dingy. I didn't mean to push that right then. I did an accidental jump to the bell. punch and I pushed up. Tater! Get your big pinky ass out of here. Come on! You son of a bitch! Oh, I'm not gonna get there this time. Not gonna die. Drop your core. Alright, now they're getting crazy, and that was just stupid. That was just stupid. I punched when I should have jumped. 5,000. Should have just stuck with that one play and be done. I will be back. I'll be back. I'll be back for more. I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll be back for more. Today's high score, 10,400. That's me. I'm going to take a picture because it'll last longer. Emperor Popeltine. All right. That's it for now. Love ya.
Two new smash hits from Atari.
I've seen hot tubs before, but this is ridiculous.
You can save her in Atari Jungle Hunt. Fight man-eating crocodiles. Outsmart hungry headhunters.
Hi, Jungle Hunt. Please.
And after saving the lady, save the baby in Kangaroo from Atari. The monkeys have Baby Roo up a tree. Only Mama can help with up to 4 screens, just like in the arcade. Get Jungle Hunt and Kangaroo, new from Atari.
Okay, so there you go. That's Kangaroo for the arcade. That was our arcade challenge for the show. Go to the Discord, put a picture, a screenshot. Better yet, a video is always the best. But you play until your credit runs out. So 3 lives, that's it. That's all the more rules there are. It's for bragging rights only. There are no prizes. But go into the Discord, link in the description and of this video, and put it on there. And you know, woohoo! If you win, that's great. If you don't, that's great too. At least you tried. That's all we can do, right? Really fun game. Yeah, I remember watching the cartoon on Saturday Supercade back when I was a kid. And of course, we're like, we got that game. So that was pretty neat for the time. Probably pretty cheesy now. But yeah, it was also ported for home ports for your Atari 2600, of course. This is my brother's cartridge. This is the original cartridge that he had, and it's scuffed up. We played it a lot. We played it. He got this and Jungle Hunt around the same time, and that they were both released right around the same time. You can see the end label is missing, and there's a reason for that. Right around that same time in the early 80s, my dad got one of those labelers where you punched in, it had the dial on it. I don't know if you remember, there was different colored like tape with a back on it you could peel off and put labels on everything, and you just punched in the thing. Well, my dad decided, since we were trading games with friends all the time and stuff like that, that we needed labels on the end. So he put my brother's name, he stuck it right on that end label. And that fired up my brother to no end. He ripped it back off. He didn't want it on it. Well, when he ripped it off, the Kangaroo end label came off. So, quick little story about that. But yeah, the ports came out in 1983 for your Atari 2600 and your Atari 5200. And it also came out for the Atari line, 8-bit line of computers, from what I understand. I don't have that one. I'm pretty sure it was released. If it wasn't released, I'm sure there's probably a game ROM out there somewhere. I don't know. I could be wrong. But yeah, it was pretty neat. Atari, like I said, they went in-house. We want a platformer. The guys that were making their arcade games said, we don't have one. So they went and licensed this from Sun Electronics. Pretty neat little story behind there. And at some point, I'll do another video. Maybe one video where I play both of these just to show these off too. Maybe I'll do it again and play the arcade version as well. But Kangaroo is a really neat game. I enjoyed it. What did you think of the game Kangaroo? Did you play it in the arcades back in the day? Did you think it was really cool? Did you have any home versions? A lot of people had the 2600 version. Pretty cool game, of course. Let me know down in the comments below. And thank you. Thank you for joining me, Mr. Poestyle, for another great Mr. Poestyle video. And I hope to see you on the next one. Kangaroo. There's got to be a second video, right? We got to play these two. We got to play these two. And I don't think I've done that for the channel yet. Alright guys. Have a good one. Oh, Nacho. Come here, Nacho. No biting. No bite. Ooh! No biting! Oh, Nacho, stop!